Morning students. Today we are going to see about our first lesson, human skeletal and muscular system. This is the third part of this lesson. In the first two parts we had discussed already about the skeletal system, the structure of bone, the important parts of the skeletal system, the functions of the skeletal system, the joints and its types. Now we are going to discuss about muscular system. These are the topics which we are going to discuss in this lesson. It is about muscular system, the types of muscles. Muscular system. The muscles in our body forms muscular system. We have about 650 muscles that spread all over the body. The muscles attached by the tissues which was known as tendons. When the muscles contract or relax, they move the bones to which they are attached. This enables us to move our body parts. Let me explain briefly how the skeleton is made, how the skeleton forms the skeletal system. Likewise, the muscles in our body forms the muscular system. There are about 650 muscles which spread all over the body. Our body is made up of only by the skeleton and by the muscles. The muscles are attached to the skeleton by a special kind of tissue which was known as tendons. This is a special kind of tissue. When the muscles contract or relax, they move the bones to which they are attached. So, when we move our muscles, we are able to move our bones also. This enables us to move our body parts. We use our muscles even for tiniest tasks. When we are able to move a table, we are using both our muscles and the skeleton. Let us see the types of muscles. There are three important types of muscles that makes up our muscular system. They are the voluntary muscles, the involuntary muscles and the cardiac muscles. The voluntary muscles, the involuntary muscles and the cardiac muscles. The muscles in our body that are under our control are called as voluntary muscles. When we use such type of muscles as what we want, the muscles in our arms, legs, hands and feet are the examples of voluntary muscles. The voluntary muscles have the stripes on them which was similar to the stripes on a zebra. So, these muscles are also known as striped or striated muscles. So, the voluntary muscles we can control by ourselves. It looks like stripes on it, like the stripes present in the zebra. Where these voluntary muscles are present in our body is, it is in the muscles in our arms and legs. The next type is the involuntary muscles. Involuntary muscles are smooth muscles. The muscles that are not under our control are known as involuntary muscles. They work by the signal sent by the brain and the spinal cord. The example for the involuntary muscles is the flow of blood, the breathing, the movement of food. These muscles are responsible for this process. We cannot use or control the involuntary muscles as per our wish. They work according to the messages sent by our brain and by the spinal cord. For example, when we touch a hot pan, we taking our hand suddenly from it because it is due to the signal sent from the brain or by the spinal cord. So the muscles and the bones react according to the signals sent by the brain and the spinal cord. The involuntary muscles do not have any stripes on them, so they are also known as smooth muscles. The involuntary muscles and voluntary muscles differ by their shape, structure, everything. The last type of the muscle is cardiac muscle. It looks like voluntary muscle but functions like involuntary muscle. Once again I repeat, the cardiac muscle looks like voluntary muscle but functions like involuntary muscle. Example, the muscles in heart. These muscles are not attached to any bone at all. Our heart is made up of cardiac muscle. These muscles work throughout our lifetime for 24 hours in a day. The cardiac muscle have a structure like voluntary muscle but are strong and involuntary in function. So, the cardiac muscle will have stripes on them but it works like involuntary muscle. We can't control the work of the cardiac muscle. The best example of cardiac muscle is heart. This cardiac muscle is present in the heart only. The next, look at the picture. This is an example of voluntary muscle. See, in our arms and in our legs, the muscles, it looks like striped. These are the stripes present in the muscle. So, it is an example of voluntary muscle. We can able to move our hand or legs by our choice. This is the stripes present in the voluntary muscle. And involuntary muscle. It is a smooth muscle which is present in the liver, stomach and in the intestine. Look at the picture, it looks very smooth. But see this picture, there are stripes present in the muscles. But in this picture, it looks very smooth. This is an example of involuntary muscle. The digestion process, we can't control the process of digestion. Once we take the food inside our mouth, we can't able to stop the process of digestion. The next is the cardiac muscle. The cardiac muscle is present in the heart. This is the heart where the cardiac muscle is present. It is very strong and it works like an involuntary muscle, but it is like voluntary muscle. Let me explain the muscles and its types once again. The muscles in our body forms the muscular system. We have around 650 muscles that spread all over the body. The muscles are attached to our bones by a tissue which was known as tendons. When the muscles contract or relax, they move the bones to which they are attached. This enables us to move our body parts. We use our muscles even for the tiniest task. Next is the types of muscles. The first is the voluntary muscles or striped or striated muscles. The voluntary muscle is also called as striped muscle or striated muscles. These muscles are under our control. The voluntary muscles have stripes in it. We can use such muscles as and when we want. The muscles in our arms, legs, hand and feet are example of voluntary muscles. The voluntary muscles have stripes on them similar to the stripes on a zebra. So, these muscles are also known as striped or striated muscles. Involuntary muscles. The muscles in our body that are not under our control are called involuntary muscles. The muscles that are responsible for the flow of blood, the movement of food or breathing are the examples of involuntary muscles. We cannot use or control involuntary muscles as per our wish. They work according to the messages sent by our brain and spinal cord. The involuntary muscles do not have stripes on them and are known as smooth muscles. And the last type of muscle is the cardiac muscle. These muscles are not attached to any bone at all. Our heart is made up of cardiac muscles. These muscles work throughout our lifetime for 24 hours in a day. The cardiac muscle have a structure like a voluntary muscle but are strong and function as involuntary. This is the picture of the voluntary muscle where the stripes are present in the chest, in the hands and in the legs. It works as our wish. Involuntary muscles, these are smooth muscles which are present in the intestine and in the stomach part. It looks the surface of the muscle is very smooth. This is an example of cardiac muscle. It functions like involuntary but it is a voluntary type of muscle having stripes on it. How the bones and muscles work together. Now we are going to see how the bones and muscles work together. The bones and muscle perform very important function of the body. Together they produce movement in our body. Muscles help the bones to move. When a muscle contracts, the bones are pulled close to each other at a joint. For example, our leg bends at the knee. When the leg muscle contracts, the leg straightens when the leg muscle relaxes. Let me explain. When our leg bends at the knee, when the leg muscle contracts, when the muscle in the leg get contracted, we can able to bend our leg. When we stretch our leg, the muscles present in the leg get relaxes. This is how the bones and the muscles work together. This process is followed the whole in the body, in the hands, like in the legs, in all the parts of the body. So the bones and the muscles work together to perform a work. These are the few points which makes our muscular system and skeletal system to stay healthy. To stay healthy and strong, we should take care of our skeletal and muscular system. If any of this system get any injury, we can't able to survive. So we should want to take care of our muscular and skeletal system properly. We should do regular exercise that makes the muscles stronger, and healthy diet and correct posture makes our body stronger. When we follow a healthy balanced diet, it makes our body stronger. Let us see the questions of this part. The first is define tendons. Define tendons. The second question is name the types of muscles. Name the types of muscles. The third question is how to take care of our bones and muscles. How to take care of our bones and muscles. Let me explain the answers. The muscles which are attached to our body by the tissue is known as tendons. The muscles which was attached to our body by the tissues known as tendons. The second one is the types of muscles: voluntary muscles, involuntary muscles, and cardiac muscles. The three types of muscles are voluntary muscles, involuntary muscles, and cardiac muscles. Third question is how to take care of our bones and muscles. Regular exercise makes our muscles stronger. Healthy diet and correct posture makes our bones stronger. Regular exercise makes our muscles stronger. Healthy diet and correct posture makes our bones stronger. Let me explain the question and the answer once again. Define tendons. The muscles are attached to our body by the tissues which was known as tendons. The next is name the types of muscles. The three types of muscles are voluntary muscles, involuntary muscles, and cardiac muscles. Voluntary muscles, involuntary muscles, and cardiac muscles. Third question is how to take care of our bones and muscles. Regular exercise makes our muscle stronger. Healthy diet and correct posture makes our bones stronger. Thank you. Let me see the first worksheet. This is the first worksheet. The skeletal system, I had marked the parts by giving in the alphabetical order as A, B, C, D, E to R. Okay. You try to answer what is the part. What is the part A? Identify the part A. Yes, it is the skull. Part B. It is the lower jaw. See, this is the lower jaw of the skull. This is only the movable bone in the skull. What is the part C? Here is the part C. What is the part C? This is called as shoulder bone. This is called as shoulder bone. And part D. What type of girdle it is? Pectoral girdle. Yes. What is the girdle? Girdle is nothing where the arms and the legs are attached to the body. That place is called as girdle. This girdle is known as Pectoral girdle. What is this? What is the type? What is the name of this bone? E. Yes, it is called as humerus. This type of bone is called as humerus, that is the forelimbs bone. This is called as the forelimbs, and this is one type of important bone, that is called as humerus. The next one, F. What is this? What is this part was known as? What type of girdle it was? It was known as pelvic girdle. Pelvic girdle. This is the pectoral girdle, and this part is called as the pelvic girdle. Pelvic girdle. See the spelling here. This is known as pelvic girdle. P-E-L-V-I-C. Pelvic G-I-R-D-L-E. Pelvic girdle. See this part. Everyone lift your hands and see this part. You can able to identify this part. What is the name of this part? This is called as wrist. We can able to rotate our hands in any direction in this part only. This is the G part, which was known as wrist. W-R-I-S-T, wrist. This part, H part. The name of this bone is femur. Yes, this is the longest bone in the body. See here, see the remaining bones, and comparing the remaining bones, this is a single longest bone in the body. The work of femur is to bear the weight of the whole body. This H part is called as femur. F-E-M-U-R, femur. See the I part. I part is known as, what is the name of this bone? This is known as tibia. The I part is called as tibia. T-I-B-I-A, tibia. J part is called as fibula. Tibia and fibula. These are the three important parts. These are the three important parts of our hind limbs, that is the femur, tibia and fibula. The spelling for fibula is F-I-B-U-L-A, fibula. These are the three important parts of the bone. K, the K part, it is here. What is the name of the K part? Ribs. R-I-B-S, ribs. This is wholly called as rib cage, and each bone is called as ribs. Yes. What is this L part? It is denoted by the letter L. What is the name of this part? This is called as sternum. Sternum. S-T-E-R-N-U-M. Sternum. The bones are attached to the sternum at the front and to the backbone at the back. This part is called as sternum. What is the name of the part M? Ulna. I said these are the important part of the forelimbs. This is called as ulna. This is called as ulna, and the E part here it is given as humerus. This is one part. This is the part which was known as humerus. Ulna. U-L-N-A. Ulna. The M part is called as ulna. And the N part is known as radius. Ulna and the radius. N part is called as radius. And this O part, it is not given in your book. Let me tell you, this O part is called as metacarpals. This part is called as metacarpals. This is present here. See this big bone, it is called as metacarpals. And the P part is called as phalanges. Phalanges. The P part is called as phalanges. See here, this is the P part. And the Q, what is this? What type of joint it was? Hinge joint. This is called as hinge joint, where one part of the bone stay fixed, only the remaining part, the other part of the bone will be in movement. This joint is called as hinge joint. And the R part, the lower end of the fibula or tibia is known as, it is called as ankle. It is called as ankle. I tell once again all the parts with the spelling. Part A, skull, skull, skull. Once again I repeat, skull, 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 which is the A part. This is the A part, it is known as skull. The second B part, it is known as lower jaw, Lowerjaw, lower jaw. Lowerjaw, lower jaw. This is the B part, which is only the movable part present in the skull. C, shoulder bone, shoulderbone, shoulder bone, shoulderbone, shoulder bone. This C part is called as the shoulder bone. D, pectoral girdle. This is one type of girdle which was known as pectoral girdle. This is the D part, pectoral girdle. Pectoral, pectoral girdle, girdle, girdle. E part, this is called as humerus, 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 humerus. F part, it is called as pelvic girdle, pelvic girdle, pelvic, pelvic, girdle, girdle, pelvic girdle. And the G part, wrist, 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 wrist. H, it is called as femur, 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 which is the longest bone in the body, which bears the whole weight. Very, very important bone in the body, femur. And the I part, tibia, tibia, tibia. J part, it is called as fibula, fibula, fibula. K part, look at here, K part is here, it is come in the order and again it starts from here. K, it is called as ribs, ribs, ribs. And the next one, L, it is called as sternum, sternum, sternum. This is called as sternum. This small part, this small bone is called as sternum, sternum, sternum. The M part is called as ulna, ulna, ulna. ulna, ulna. And the N part is called as radius, 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 radius. O is metacarpals. This part is called as metacarpals. This is called as metacarpals. And the next one is phalanges, phalanges, phalanges. Metacarpals, I repeat the spelling again, metacarpals. metacarpals, metacarpals. Phalanges, phalenges, phalenges, phalanges. Cube part, this type of joint is called as hinge joint. Hinge, hinge, J-O-I-N-T, hinge joint. Hinge, J-O-I-N-T, hinge joint. And the R part is known as ankle. This part is known as ankle, where our feet and the leg bone joins together. Ankle, A-N-K-L-E, ankle. For your reference, you can kindly take a screenshot for the answers for the worksheet. And you can make the screenshot of the questions worksheet also. Students, kindly draw this picture like this. If you can't able to draw a picture, you can refer this picture and mark the parts by your own. Don't see the answer. Without seeing the answer, you try to mark the parts by your own. We came to the end of the lesson. For the whole lesson, right from the first part to the third part, we had discussed about what is the organ system, skeletal system, the structure of the bone, and the important parts of the skeletal system, that is the skull, the backbone, the ribcage, the limbs, and the girdles. What is the important thing present in the bone? Which part produces the new blood cells inside the bone? Yes, right, it is called as the bone marrow. The skull consists of 22 bones present in it, and the backbone consists of 33 small bones in it, and the ribcage is made up of 12 pairs of bow-shaped bones present in it. Yes, the limbs are of two types. The arms and the legs are called as limbs, and it is of two types, which was known as the forelimbs or the upper limbs, the hind limbs or the lower limbs. The forelimbs, that is the arm limbs, are having the three important parts, that is the humerus, radius, and the ulna. And the hind limbs, which is our leg limbs, is having three important parts, the femur, tibia, and the fibula. And the femur is the longest bone in the body, which bears the whole weight of the body. Girdles is nothing but where is the place where the upper arm or the lower leg join to our body. There are two types of girdles, which was known as the pectoral girdle and the pelvic girdle. And the functions of the skeletal system. The next is the joint. Joint is nothing but where the bones are attached to the body is called as joints, and the joints is of two types. They are immovable joint and the movable joint. These joints are held together by the connective tissue known as ligament. Yes, the movable joint is of four types. They are the ball and the socket joint, hinge joint, pivot joint, and the gliding joint. The next is the muscular system. We discussed a lot about a muscular system. The next, the types of muscles. There are three important types of muscles. They are the voluntary muscles, the involuntary muscles, and the cardiac muscles. And the next is how to take care of our body to stay healthy. Yes, we came to the end of the lesson. Students, everyone try to complete the worksheets fully. Thank you.